Pay attention, YouTubers. This is a sight you are not going to see on any other day, even on my channel. Hi guys, my name is Numi and I am coming to you today from sunny South Florida, where a package arrived today by FedEx, which contains some pretty amazing coins. Those of you who are in the know might immediately recognize the Atlas Numismatics logo at the top of this picture. Atlas are a world-renowned coin dealer based in Brooklyn, in New York, and Atlas have supplied these two coins, which are absolutely great and a total pleasure to take a look at and talk to you about today. Fast delivery from Atlas via FedEx, 2-day service, and nicely packaged so that they're all pretty secure, and even in the FedEx Jiffy bag are very, very safe because of this extra corrugated packaging, which is very, very nice and very simple and certainly does the trick. And you can see here the first of these PCGS graded coins. So those of you who've been watching my channel for a while will know that one of my favourite sovereigns in the whole world is the 1937 sovereign, the only year gold coins were made in the United Kingdom for George VI's reign. And these coins are very special. They're specimen proofs. So they're proof standard, and they're specimens because they're not traditional legal tender proofs, because there is a plain rim round the outside of the coin rather than the usual reeded edge for sovereigns. So they were produced really for kind of collectors to celebrate George VI's coming to the throne, 1937, and there were about 5,500 mint sets produced. They have a half sovereign, which this is, the 1 sovereign, the 2 sovereign, and the 5 sovereign. You can pick up the sets at auction reasonably easily, providing you're willing to part with a lot of money. They have gone up quite considerably over the last few years, probably over a 10-year period, doubled in price. So they've proved to be a very good investment. And you now probably have to pay something like £11,000 to £15,000 for a set of these, depending on how beautiful or scratched they are. So the thing that you probably noticed straight away is that these are proof 67. So it's a proof 67 coin, and not just one proof 67 coin, but 2 of them. Proof 67 may not be the magical proof 70 that we're used to with more modern coins, but these coins were held in a pretty kind of rough presentation box in the 1930s, and a lot of them have got the scratches on them, little tiny scratches from the material of the presentation box. So proof 67 is actually the best grade at PCGS for one of these half sovereigns, and I'll show you at the end of this video, so pay attention or flip towards the end now. But I'm going to have a look at the population reports from PCGS and for NGC, and the different varieties that are graded of this beautiful coin, and then we'll see exactly how rare or otherwise these are. Up to now, I haven't seen anything that I've personally been able to look at, which is proof 67. So these are the first ones I've seen at that grade. Very beautiful coins. I think my one that I've got back in London is maybe 65. I think it's a proof 65, and I may have a proof 64 as well. I've got a couple of them, but no, it's interesting seeing the two side by side. These have been designated as cameo, and the cameo designation is all about the amount of frosting on them. And in the 1930s, the first ones that were minted using a prepared set of dies usually achieve what's called ultra cameo, where there's significant frosting over and above the devices on both the obverse and the reverse side. Where you haven't got ultra cameo, or where it really doesn't stand out on both sides, but you do have some cameo, usually on one side as opposed to both, then they get designated as cameo. The rarest ones are the ones that have ultra cameo. They need to be designated with ultra cameo, and they were usually the first ones that were made with a particular die. So let's take a look now at some of the different varieties that are graded of this coin. Let's look first at the PCGS population report, and we can see that there is matte, regular, cameo and ultra cameo versions. The rarest one of all is the matte version. There were, I think, just 3 or 4 maybe of these made, these matte sets, most of which have now been broken up, and there's probably 1 or 2 complete sets left. And they were produced only for photographic purposes. They wanted a photograph using those because the other ones were too shiny. You can see here that only 17 half sovereigns have been ever graded by PCGS as ultra cameo, and then a small amount of cameo designations, and then the vast bulk of them are without cameo at all. And there have been 5 of these 67 cameo sovereigns graded, only 5 which are right at the top of the PCGS certification and grading census. So let's take a quick look at the NGC census to see whether that makes a big difference. And you can see that there is actually one cameo coin graded by NGC as a 68. 5 in total of the 67s have been graded by NGC, and a couple of mats have been graded by NGC. So a pretty rare coin anyway, and in terms of this set, I think given it has the same rarity as all the other larger sovereigns, it actually represents quite a good value point as well. So if you wanted to add one of these to your collection, where would you go? The auctions do come up with these quite regularly, and there's also quite a few coins that do appear from time to time on eBay. This is one that is being auctioned by Heritage in about 10 days' time. It's already bidding at $2,280 today with buyer's premium, and my guess it'll reach over $2,700 or so by the time the auction is finished. Having a look at the coin here, you can see that actually the ones that I've been able to obtain actually may be a little bit better. I think there is a tiny bit more small scratching on the Heritage coin compared to these two. So I hope you enjoyed this detailed look at the 1937 half sovereign. Let's take a quick look before the video finishes at the coin itself, or the coins, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much for all your comments, and just to remind you, if you look at a video or 2 back, you'll see that I'm having a giveaway, and if you want to enter the competition, you just need to comment on that video and say I'm in, and let me know the name of the YouTuber in a related channel that you really enjoy.